What's up, guys? We're back. It's Sunday, July 26th. Okay. Book progress, life update video. I mean, what's new? It's all we've been doing. Um, and I've been enjoying it, by the way, too, guys. I like talking on this little mini platform I got going now. So it's cool. Yeah, yeah, it's July 26th. Summer's, coming to an end in a way. We're on week 9, I guess, of this book writing journey. And yeah, man, it's kind of surreal. Um, in a few days I'll be moving out of this apartment and going back home and staying with family till my new lease opens up on the 18th of August. And I'm excited to move in there. I'm gonna have a TV in my room, so it's sick. And living with a friend that was abroad for a year now too. He's gonna join me and my other roommate. So 3 bed, 3 bath, good price too. Looking forward to it. Yeah, so I'll have a couple weeks back home, and I won't be doing my hourly paid job because that's here on campus, and I'll have a little more time to myself to work on this book and my online class and hang out with some friends and shit, so, and family. So it's gonna be nice and I'm looking forward to it. um yeah it's yeah, it's crazy, man. It's been a summer. It's been a summer for sure. Trying to write a book is never something that I thought that I'd be doing, in college as a fucking economics major, writing a book about something completely unrelated to my major, but something really related to me and who I am, and that's a beautiful thing. And I'm happy that I've committed this time and this energy towards something like this because I've come to find I really enjoy this writing process, and I've loved everything going into this. I love talking to you guys. It's cool. And yeah, I don't know if you guys recall, but I crossed the 50-page mark kind of recently. I don't know if I told you guys that. I did. And that's that's sick. That's nice. And yeah, there's a lot of expectations of myself that I was trying to, mitigate and just to not impact the creativity of this writing, because however it unfolds in whatever way, this summer turned out, I knew it was going to turn out for the best because my intention was to grow and to try something new and to do what felt right to me. And that's exactly what I did. And just trusting life and the way that things are unfolding. And, when that comes to the writing process, that's something I think we've talked about, which is that quote by Anne Lamott, requoted by E.T. Doctorow, yeah, whatever, saying writing is like driving at night in the fog with the headlights on. You can only see a little ways ahead, but you can make the whole journey that way. Yeah, and that's how writing's been. I originally started off this summer trying to just plan and, you know, break down how I would organize this book and try to figure it all out like it was some project. Um, However, it's not. It's a story, and it's a natural, flowing, uncontrolled um, expression based off of things that I've been holding internally and wanting to talk about for a while now, and think could be a benefit for other people to hear of, as in my own unique experiences and things that have helped me with a journey on, self-awareness and spirituality, one that, you know, is a little different and quite different from the way that a lot of people view uh, that that just whole umbrella of stuff and self-improvement. And I believe talking about this type of stuff and sharing your perceptions and experiences from a preachful type of way is really important because, there's not one right answer to how to have a positive, peaceful, good life, okay? Like, there are some pretty universal things for sure that help everyone. However, there's what, like 7, 8 billion people on this planet, and everyone has just innately has a different perception on life. And every moment will cause for a certain way of reacting and handling and dealing with that moment to grow that person. And that's going to be different every day, every moment, for every person, based off their past, based off what they want for their future, and decided on in their present moment. So, I've always found it really beneficial, and that's why on my journey I read so many books about, various different perspectives. Like, I'm born baptized into Christianity. However, I read a lot about Buddhism and Hinduism, and it helped me a fuck ton. Okay? It's not traditional, but it helps. And I think as we as a society and as a whole, age where everyone's starting to realize that, religion isn't one religion isn't for everyone. And people are opening their minds to trying and learning and figuring out new ways to handle their internal world and how that reacts and intertwines with their external world. Mental health is a lot more of a prominent conversation today, and people are really diving into their own individuality nowadays and realizing that just because something works for someone doesn't mean it's going to work for someone else. So sharing these perceptions and these experiences with the intent on leaving a positive impact on someone holds a very, it's a very very powerful just like a powerful benefit to whoever comes across it, because you never know, maybe one thing you read or one thing you see in a day or one thing you overhear might really shift something inside you internally, and that could really help you out with some things that you're going through, right? Because no one's taught, you're not taught really how to deal with life on an internal front, only on an external front. Like, and that's shitty, because the internal front is where you're actually challenged. The external front is just doing things, right? But nothing is hard to do if you don't have, like, once you're relinquished from whatever internal things are going on that makes doing something a battle or not doing something a battle, then whatever it is to do or not do is easy, if that makes sense. So, and you're never taught, no one is, I guess. People learn about this type of stuff and how to be in this world, and what makes peace and what makes a happy, long-lived, fulfilled life through, I guess, the most predominant way that people learn about stuff like that is religion. But religion can be confusing, and it doesn't work for everyone, all right? Like, it's just a fact. So, I'm, happy that I have this opportunity and, this ability to be able to express some things that have helped me that, for a long time, I really wish I could share with some other people, and not in like a preachy way, because someone has to choose to do something like this or learn something like this. They have to want to, okay? And by creating this short story book hybrid journal, because there's questions in this integrated for the reader's self-reflection, to make it more personal and, make them feel like they're talking to a friend. This leaves a space for people to open up and reflect on, their own life. And I think even that, just a little bit for anyone, could really help them out. Not a lot of people take enough time in their day to slow down and reflect or just be with themselves, you know, without external stimulation. It's constant capitalistic type of, you know, do, be, get, you know, but sometimes we just gotta, you know, like sit down and be like, all right, am I happy with where I'm at right now? Or am I gonna just keep waiting for a future moment where I will be when, you know, this person comes around, or this object, or this money, or this, you know, it's just kind of a cynical cycle. And sometimes you just gotta sit down and take it in with some gratitude, right? Take it all in with some gratitude and be like, you know what, today is enough. I am enough. This is enough, and I am okay, and I am at peace, right? And go from there. And you know, on the topic of gratitude, that leads me to the update on the book, which is one of the final chapters, which might be the final chapter of one of my books, is talking about gratitude and replacing, you know, chasing happiness with instead fostering gratitude for your life. Okay, and you know, I forgot if I like divvied off this earlier. But yeah, I've been trusting the natural unfolding of this creative process in this book, and I prompted a question in the beginning of the book about living alive and what does that mean to you? What does it mean to not just be breathing, being alive? Like, what does it mean to live alive? Okay. And naturally, I woke up on this recent Friday morning and I just trusted the process of knowing what I had to say and where I'm trying to, you know, what I'm trying to express, and then just trying to express it however it comes out. And, you know, it actually led me to that full circle of completion of the narrative and the question that I first prompted in the beginning of the book. So the book might be done, guys. I don't know. I really don't. I was trying to take a couple days off to like think about it, but I think it might be fucking done, you know? I obviously, you know, I'm gonna take a little bit more time to really think it through, but it seems it seems like it'd be dragging on the story to try to add more to it right now with after how that last chapter read off. Obviously, I think I can go back and like build some more information in and, you know, revise and edit things. Like I would need to do that, and that would take a while. That's a whole nother beast of, you know, conquest to endure. But, you know, the narrative of the story might be complete actually. And that was a pretty surreal moment on Friday when that happened. I was like, wait, what? This just, okay. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. But, although there are a lot of things in the book that I didn't, you know, it's not everything's tied up. There's some loose ends in here for sure, and some other things and concepts that I would like to talk about. And, you know, I've enjoyed this fucking writing process, so I don't see any reason why I can't keep doing it. You know what I mean? Maybe I won't have as much time because summer's coming to an end, but there's definitely a lot of things I still want to talk about, and maybe those things just aren't in this story that I have, but maybe this is the first one. So that's sick. That's really cool. Yeah. So I was supposed to take this weekend off and not even think about it, but it's Sunday and I'm a little time on my hands, so I figured I'd make this video and give you guys an update. I might have just finished a fucking book, a little short story, if you will. Like, it's cool. It's cool, man. Yeah. Might be a legit author at some point. I don't know where that will go in the future because it's not related to anything I'm doing in college, but maybe it'll intertwine somehow, or maybe I'll be a New York Times bestseller and I'll drop out of college with one semester left. So yeah, we'll see, guys. Day by day. I'm happy, you know. I'm happy, and I'm trying to really just trust just keep trusting, you know. I think, yeah, if you're, you know, your heart's in a good spot and you're trying and you care and you're doing what's right to you, it's not always going to be perfect. You know, like who knows? Maybe I'll post this book, I'll sell this book, and like one person reads it. But even then, like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'll be happy, dude. You know? And yeah, I'm looking forward to this next last month, and we're gonna try to wrap it up strong. And just trust day by day, you know? Life's pretty uncertain for me right now. I don't know what my whole future's gonna look like, but you know what? I don't want to spoil the movie either. So, you know, I'm living this life like it's my own movie, right? And what good's experiencing watching a movie if you know what's gonna happen in the end? So, day by day, guys. Love you. Talk soon.